All right, I had to go live one more time tonight because I got the last Group 4 FIA race. And the Group 4 is one that I was able to choose a car out of my garage. Also, same thing applied to the Group 3 race. I wasn't able to tune the car. This is just stock settings, how the car comes. But of course, it still has my livery and everything else on it. So, uh, first race, like super psyched about this because this is a points race. This is not the manufacturer cup, but it's still a FIA points race. So just check it out. We'll start it from the beginning. And it's pretty interesting because I did not qualify first, of course. This guy was pretty fast in front of me with the Porsche, but he only drove the car really fast in a strange way. He's on a controller, so you'll see what I mean when I say in a strange way. So race is starting. He and I were both running really close to 144s. Well, he was 144, I was 145.3. Already somebody flying off the track because you got to just bomb in this first corner extremely fast. Coming into this portion, I like to use the torque that the Lexus has to shoot up the hill and just stay in 6th gear flat out. I didn't want to use his draft just yet, but you have to be in position to make this corner because it's only one way to make it. You just stay flat out and then it comes in tight at the bottom. And he was just literally all over the place. The car was really quick for a short sprint, but since this is a 10-lap race, you gotta have the endurance to make it happen. I'm glad he didn't hit me right there. He gave me the space, but it got a little sketchy a couple times following this guy. Now this Lexus strong points is its torque. It doesn't turn the best, but it does have a good amount of torque and power. As you can see, I'm burning rubber coming out of that hairpin. And the torque and power is something that you have to utilize to not get ran off on. Make a couple of corners as clean as possible, but use that torque to stay close to the lead car. He pulls a little gap on me, and I was about to get worried right here, but I just kind of stuck with my line and went for it. And as you can see down the front straight, I don't have any problems keeping up with him. I make short work in his front straight, especially in his draft. And this corner is just a quick brake and downshift and turn in. You can almost see me lifting the front tires off, the inside tire off the ground on this corner. Now, a lot of these guys take real unorthodox lines, and that's the only thing I don't like about driving with a lot of these dudes, because it's not a realistic line that they take. I'm trying to take the smoothest, most kosher line that you can. He was flying in here. A couple times I was thinking he was going to fly off the outside, but somehow that little Group 4 that came in GT4, it's really fast. It gathers itself up. Now I started to close in on him, and I wanted to make a move. I didn't know how long he was going to be able to keep up that pace, so I wanted to let him know I was there. Keep in mind, this is only the 3rd lap. Kind of like my earlier Group 3 race, I felt like this guy was a little bit sluggish on the pace, and he was holding us up just a little bit. And I kept on looking back to see if these guys behind us were catching up. The Renault in the back is actually really fast behind the Aston Martin. That car is a problem, so I kind of wanted this guy to pick up his pace. So on this lap, I started kind of nudging my nose in to let him know that I'm here or I can get around him. I was trying to be courteous and give him a little bit of room, but still let him know, like, hey, let's pick up the pace if you're going to pick it up, or I'm going to figure a way around you. So here's the first time I let him know I was here. Then I backed out a little bit because honestly we had 10 laps to go, so he kind of freaked out a little bit, went off in the dirt. I wasn't in too big of a rush to pass him, but I wanted to let him know again right here that I'm here and I could make the pass if I wanted to. He dropped his skill rating, dropping in that dirt. So now I'm just really riding his ass. I flashed him to let him know I was about to go by. Jumped on the early inside. He has enough traction to come out of here on my butt, and then I burned rubber out, but I kind of gave him that space to go by me again. But I was giving him that pressure, letting him know what was up. See, he's not handling it too good right now. Dove on him on the inside again. He has enough grip to run around me, but I got that torque for straightaway, so I made quick work of him again. Shoot on that inside and see if I could hold it. Held it pretty good. He stayed out wide, which I don't understand. He tried to come up inside, but I closed that door on him. Then come up here 5th, upshift to 6th right there, and just use the torque, pull it up the hill. Now, balance of performance is applied to all of these FIA races. So yeah, I'm not able to use any of the tunes that I have, which is only traction. I do a few suspension tweaks that I like. He tried to bust up the inside to let me know he was there, but I ain't care. I got a tank. So I don't have my suspension tune, so I'm basically using the tune that the vehicle comes with stock. This is 100% stock car race. So you kind of just got to get used to it and drive the car how it allows you to drive it. And you see that Renault behind us, he's coming up quick. So I started to notice that, and it almost worried me because we had about 5 laps to go, and that Renault can make quick work out of me. So I had to start kind of pushing it. But I knew the Despacito homie in the back, he was not going to let that Renault go without a fight. And given the way he drives all over the track, that Renault was going to have to get by him. So I started to try to use a buffer and put a gap on this dude. And then hopefully the Renault would fight it out with him and not get up to me. So I ran that corner a little deeper, but I had more speed than I had the other corner. And then chug up this damn hill. Man, I like the visual of speed on this game. He was chugging along. He was taking that tow. He was hooked in the drive getting towed. Gave me a little nudge and put me off a little bit. But I wasn't phased. Stayed on the throttle. Let him look at that nice Falcon sticker back there. This section right here can be really technical. You're moving the momentum around back and forth so much, even at a low RPM. As you can hear me pull up the hill with a really low RPM, the car will lose traction. So you kind of got to have those golden tippy toes on the pedal and just rolling the throttle smoothly. Man, in this replay, this Renault looks so much closer than I thought it was during the race. And he goes off. And I think this is where I really started getting concerned about that Renault, so I picked it up. And I ran the fastest lap that I've run in this car on this track, which was a 1:44.952. typically is running around a 145.7, but I guess I just really had it in me to push the car this way. Man, I love how that livery looks. Man, this race is close enough that it could have actually been anybody's race. So the talent pool is kind of, losing traction coming out of there. I saw him closing on me, so I kind of started sweating a little bit, but I relaxed and stopped looking backwards and just started going for it. And as you can see on our number plates, they no longer say Gran Turismo, but they actually show our country. That's because we are representing our country as well as what manufacturer we're driving with. This crested hill right here, the steering wheel goes light and it will cross up on you. I really like how they have the physics change, that you can feel all those things in the steering wheel. Makes it that much better of a game. Because going over a crest like that in real life, steering wheel will definitely go light on you as the car unloads its suspension going over the crest. Man, he was really trying to push it. That's where he lost it. I guess he either lost his concentration or the pace was just a little above what he was ready to run, because he fully lost it at that point. This RCF is still so comfortable. I can drive it probably a half a second faster if I can figure out where to get that at and still be really comfortable with the pace that it's going. Like that Renault's trying to get around him. These last couple laps, I was really trying to maintain my composure because I didn't want to do the typical thing that I always do and try to use too much of the track and run it too far, touch the grass and spin all the way out. So I just tried to keep it real tidy going through the rest of these laps. And I really tried to not get a skill ratings drop in this race because I want to get through one of these FIA races flawlessly and get the 150% bonus when you do a clean race. The only reason I didn't get that flawless race on this was because when the guy went off the course, or he went offline a little bit in the first lap, you can see the scratches right to the left of the Lexus symbol. He went off and came back on and just brushed my front end. It didn't even make an impact sound, but of course it dropped the skill rating because we touched and I was the tail driver. But other than that, everything was positive. Additional skill rating. That right there was sketchy. I was riding that curb on the inside and it hooked the car and kind of got it sideways. I had to maintain a little bit of throttle control to make sure that car didn't spin out, because that was the last thing I wanted to do. This was like the 8th or 9th lap right here. Slowed down real early there. I wanted to keep it real tidy because the pace was going. And it looks like that Porsche keeps going off and that Renault's coming up. So he was able to get by him. The controller dudes seem to not be able to maintain their consistency. And that's one of the biggest downfalls with this game now. If you're on a controller and you're trying to maintain consistent laps, that's cool, but a lot of majority of the drivers, they have not shown that they're holding consistency, and since it feels so good on the wheel, it's a little easier to focus and stay consistent on the wheel now. I believe this is the last lap. I do believe. Either that or it's close to it. Yeah, this is the last lap. I was getting ready to lap that guy. So yeah, this is the conclusion of the race, and I've got a pretty good gap on everybody else. Looks like the Renault flew off course as well. So that was pretty awesome. The first Group 4 FIA race, and that is it. Took the checkers. I'm hyped about that. So that was my first FIA win, and like I said, this is round 1 of the FIA series. I got 4th place in Group 3. It was a tragic race. Everybody was running into me, spun me out, did all kind of dirty stuff to me. This one, I actually had a good time, so I'm hyped about the FIA stuff, and try to keep logging in to have the other battles. It'll be one every day, and I'll run them in the evening. I won't take the first session, so I'll check back with you guys in the FIA races tomorrow.